All right, welcome to whatever day this is. I know it is a Wednesday because we're checking into Best Western tomorrow, Thursday. It's a little windy, I'll try and speak up. What an interesting night. Look at these views though first. All right, so I went to bed, a peaceful slumber, all by my lonesome. And I would guess, I didn't turn on my phone to look at the clock because it just would have annoyed me. I would guess around midnight, started hearing various activity, people coming in. And you saw the tents, just a horde of folks coming in. I guess, doing the night hike or leaving late afternoon. And just a ton of people. Just, they can't help but be a little noisy getting set up, and it was windy, so one guy was cursing out his tent going everywhere, and then in my half awakened sleep, some guy with a headlamp, the red light on, walks right up to my tent. Hey, you want an orange or a banana? No, dude, I want to sleep. And then, eventually things settled down. And it was fine. So I'm leaving this morning. There's a van parked at the top there. It's my orange banana guy. He's doing the trail magic. He's got water and fruit. So yeah, I guess he was walking around all the people coming in last night and offering fruit. So then I go to dig a cat hole this morning, and I find a beautiful shaded flat spot literally 100 feet from where I was. Oh, so stupid. I know better. Always check. That would have been the perfect spot. I would have avoided all that mess last night, but it all worked out. So now we're back on the aqueduct, I think for about 5 or 6 miles. We got the wind farm. I mean, other than that hour of no sleep, I did sleep well. So another day on the trail. Oh, and one more thing. My pack, it feels so light. After this is our 13th day. So we've gone through a bunch of food. Oh my goodness. It's like walking on air. Here comes the sun. It's a lot of wind turbines. All right, we're finally out of the wind farm. Pros, it's nice and cool and breezy. Cons, pretty much fighting almost a headwind the whole way. So now that we're away from that, we're starting to feel the heat. Mostly the rest of the day is going to be climbing. That's okay. And we got a little sun shower on us. Cool. All right, we're getting close to water. Get some electrolytes going. Yeah, it's definitely much hotter now. So I'll have some electrolytes here and do the same thing, probably fill up my CNOC halfway, keep it in the bare vault, keep that water cool. So as we keep climbing up in the heat, I can do another batch of electrolytes somewhere along the way. All right, it's about 9 o'clock. We've made it to the Tyler Horse Canyon and tent site where there's a running creek. So we're having some tailwind, and we're going to bring some extra water along for the ride. When I got here, there was one solo female thru-hiker who I've seen before, not for a couple days, but yeah, she's an early bird like me, so I left, she caught up to me, she passed me, and when I got here, she was just finishing up. So also, I think another female through hiker that I've seen off and on who's really strong. She was at a tent site, so I'm sure they'll pass me at some point as well. But yeah, things are going well. We are lucky today because this could potentially have been a water carry from here all the way to camp. But about 7.5 miles from here, there is some camping, and there are very recent reports of a water cache there. Gallons and barrels of water just filled up recently, so don't have to do a long water carry because of that. May actually camp there, which would be like a 10-mile day tomorrow to the road to hitch into Tehachapi, or may try to push a little further, thinking that those night hikers might also end up there around midnight tonight, and I don't want to repeat performance of that if I can help it. So, but it depends on how I feel and what the shade situation is like, all that good stuff. And we got about 8 miles before we even have to think about it. So first things first, gonna rest here, air out the feet, and we'll be pushing on in the heat in a bit. Even though we're climbing, it feels so much better to be back on actual trail as opposed to LA Aqueduct Road or Wind Farm. This is more like it. Well, just like the last trail register, there's no nothing, no space to write anything. Oh well. All right, so we're about 4.5 miles away from the water cache / tent site. Whether I camp there or not, that's where I'll be loading up on water. So somewhere between here and there in the next 2.5 miles, hopefully I can find a shady spot, do some more electrolytes. Yeah, the hiking's been very pleasant. I know I said it before, but it's just so nice to be back on the trail and the rhythm of the trail as we hook and weave around these hills and canyons. Feels like the PCT again. Looks like at some point we're going to be switchbacking up this hill. I guess. Yeah, it looks that way, huh? That's quite a climb we got coming up. All right, we're in the middle of our climb. We just took a little break here. There's not a whole lot of shade, but there's a nice little breeze. So the water is still nice and cold. So I had 2 more cups of electrolytes. Had a little jerky. Chatting with another through hiker. They left the same day I left from Hikertown. They night hiked. Yeah, so we're pretty much like leapfrogging each other. And the water cache / campsite is about 2.5 miles away. So let's go. There's our wind farm in the distance. And over here, this mountain range, Mount Baden-Powell is over there. That was a long time ago. All right, we're about a 1/4 mile away from the end of our climbing to our water cache / potential tent site. I think what I like to do is take a nice rest there, load up on water, and then go a bit further. So we'll see. First we got to get there. Made it to the water cache. Got the last soda. It's still cold.
Thought process, yeah. So.
All right, we just left an amazing hangout spot / water cache. 2 big blue barrels of spring water, gallons of bottled water, an old school metal Coca-Cola box with cold sodas inside. I got the last one of the day. Although, what's the etiquette? The guy who came in before me, he's hiking with 2 other people. And so he grabbed 3 sodas, 1 for him and 2 for the people who hadn't shown up yet. I call foul. I think whoever gets there first gets the soda. But luckily there was still 1 left for me, so I don't know, that doesn't seem right. Anyway, also little bags of Doritos, which was very cool. A little hiker box. There was a QR code for Venmo, so I'm definitely shoot them a little Venmo. It's just a really nice little spot, and just to have that cold soda when you're not expecting it, when it's so hot out, man, I hit the spot. And that gives me the energy to go 4 more miles for most probable camping. So I'm loaded up on water. I've got 3 liters in my hydration bladder, 3 liters in my smart water bottles, and then probably another 1.5 liters in my CNOC. Keeping it cold in the bear vault for electrolytes when we get to camp. Could we possibly get lucky and have shade at this campsite? I'm not counting on it, but it would be nice. All right, I'll check in later. Oh, there were about, there was a couple there that I did not recognize. Everyone else that was there I recognized, including a couple where the female is sick. Another reason not to stay there too long. Thinks it's just a cold, not norovirus, but yeah, that is not good for anyone, especially her. But wanted to get hightailed out of that situation. So that's the trail update, and we'll see you in a little bit. They have got to be the darkest storm clouds I've seen on this through hike. All right, we got about 0.6 miles to go under threatening skies to our camp for the night. Been carrying a ton of water for, it'll be about 4 miles. It wasn't all downhill, it never is, up and down. So it's about 3:30. Looking forward to getting to camp. Sets us up for a nice short day tomorrow to get to the road, to hitch into town. See you in a bit. It's definitely raining over there. All right, we're back with the wind turbines, but we've got camp for the night under some gray clouds, so I'm going to put the rain fly on in case we get a passing shower. This is allegedly a pretty windy site, so I think I got the most sheltered site, and gonna get everything set up. Alright, set up. I haven't put on the rain fly yet. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm probably gonna need to put it on at some point. Yeah, look at the rain is still coming down over that way. But I don't know if it's gonna head over this way or not, so I'm gonna wait a bit. All right, so it's around 4 o'clock. What a difference a day makes. Not having that direct sun over you. Can relax in the tent. Almost feel like I could have a decaf coffee. Of course, these clouds could move out and I could be sweating in the tent in an hour or two, but we've got some potential shade. Not sure where the sun is gonna pop out. We'll worry about that when it happens. Aches and pains Everything feels pretty good. My lower left ribs, I'd say like have been getting like a 0.5% better every day. Like let's say I've been in the like 92, 93%. And my range of maneuverability gets a little bit better every day. I can move around in the tent without wincing so much. I can even like lay on my left side for one or two times a night before it gets uncomfortable. So they're slowly healing. They're getting there. They're much better than they were a week ago. So happy about that. All right, I'm gonna relax a bit, get something to drink, something to eat, keep an eye on the rain if I have to do a quick rain fly. Yeah, and the trail's right there, so we'll see who comes by. Hopefully all the night hikers won't come this far. That's another reason why I kind of went a little further than I needed to. I just don't want to get invaded again at midnight if I can help it, so we'll see how that goes. Well, I didn't want to do it, but we're starting to get rained on, so the fly is on. It's a bit windy out there. All right, it's almost 6 o'clock. We are pretty comfortable in the tent. Pretty shady. When I'm sitting up like this, I'm getting a little sun, but when I'm relaxing, I'm perfectly shady and comfortable in the tent with the nice breeze, the wind turbines in the background. So ended up being a 19-mile day. It's pretty amazing. And that sets us up for about a 5-mile hike in the morning to get to the road, to get to town. So that's good. Hopefully we can get a ride without too much of a hassle. And because we'll be getting in way before check-in time, I think my plan is to go to the laundromat that's near the grocery store, get laundry done, get the groceries for just that night done, and just slowly make my way over to the hotel as it gets closer to check-in. Ended up being a great day. That little storm has come and gone. Got a few other familiar faces camping here tonight. So yeah, things are looking good. Gonna hopefully eat a lot, drink a lot. We'll see you in the morning.